our strategy is different when negotiating between one person and when negotiating with a group?
Arshad, it's a good question. Fundamentals are the same, but the process and the approach, there are slight differences. Let me explain. If you are negotiating one-to-one, it's easy. And assume that you agreed for the price and terms and conditions, and you shake hand and you conclude the deal. It's done. But if you are negotiating with a group of people, there is a different dynamics playing. Imagine you are negotiating with the unions. Let me give you a very relevant example. The recent negotiation for East Container Terminal, Naganihira Jatiya. You know that port issue recently in Colombo. Imagine the ministerial delegation is negotiating with multiple counterparts. First time in the history, dozens of unions belongs to different political affiliations are together. Then you have the Indian factor, the political influence and the investor, powerful investor. And then you have the Japanese influence because they were also part of the initial discussions. And then some of the clergy, Buddhist monks also involved in that. And they say, okay, part of this is a part of country. This is strategic assets of the country. Don't privatize it. Don't sell it to outsiders. And there's a dynamics playing in that. Religious leaders are also part of it. And then, confounding the situation, some ministers of the same cabinet are also opposing. So it was a wheel within wheels. A lot of people have their stakes for different reasons. And one party, ministerial delegation, is negotiating with the all other dynamics. One could say, okay, for this we agree, but others will oppose it, could oppose it. It happened. My suggestion is that this is common and it's a challenging task for multi-party negotiation. How challenging, it doesn't matter. You need to find a way to get every stakeholder into the basket. I don't say that you have to satisfy every partner there in negotiation partner, stakeholders. But at least you have to keep them informed, in the loop when you start negotiating, because that is not that's a part of difficulty. Imagine in your side you have different partners. If it is a corporate sector, you have engineer, you have accountant, you have quality control manager, and you have the production manager, and you have procurement people, and you have managing director. So you have to get them inside your negotiation, because as a procurement person, as a buyer, you might buy it because you, in your personal opinion, it was the best deal and best product. But production manager would say, why didn't you ask me? I can't work with this. It could be heavy loss to the organization. Get him involved. All the stakeholders from your side get involved. Connect with the other sides. I'm not saying it is easy, but it's difficult. If you don't get everyone on board, at the time of taking off your negotiation, don't expect them to be inside the cabin when you land on the runway. They have to be in if you want to include it in the. If you ask me, is it easy? No, it's difficult. If you ask me, is it necessary? Of course, you have to keep on trying it. It doesn't give you a guarantee, 100% certainty that everyone will agree the final outcome. But at least you have kept them informed. The next hurdle, next challenges, we have to overcome as it when it happens. So, fundamentals of the negotiation, whether it's a one-to-one or one-to-many, is the same. But the way you approach to the final outcome could be different. So you need to understand those subtle nuances.
All right, brilliant. I think we got a lot about negotiations and how the art of conducting a negotiation, though complex the subject is, Tissa managed to give it in tiny, handy little doses. Thank you very much once again for pricing us of the art of negotiations and how negotiations are carried out. It's indeed a privilege to have you on our show.
My pleasure, Arshad. Thanks for having me here.